Hey, welcome back. This is Naming Hydrocarbons, Part 3, Week 1, Part 3. We're right back where we started, or right back where we were. Well, for me, it was like 5 seconds ago, but for you guys, who knows how long it's been. But we have a list of rules, and these are the same rules that I had before. We're going to name some hydrocarbons today, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the longest chain. And we're going to, number one is going to be the side with the most action. We're going to name that last name, the prefix, and then the type. So the prefix means the number of carbons, so maybe it's prop. If it has double bonds, that's the type. It'll be ene, propene, and that's what we'll do with that. And then we'll use the number of carbon. The number of the carbon is to show where the special things are. Maybe it's a special bond. Maybe something else special that's coming up. So if it's a double bond, it's going to be ene, and we'll say it's 4-ene, and that will mean that the double bond is on the fourth carbon. We're also going to use di and tri to show if we have multiple bonds. So if we have doubles, we have two doubles, we're going to have diene. If we have two triples, we're going to have a diene. And if we have three doubles, we're going to have a triene. And so it goes on and on from there. What's this? Something new and exciting? Branches. Okay, we're going to have branches off the main chain. And the branches are going to be named also in this name. And they're going to be put before the main chain. So you have like your branches named and then the main chain and the double bonds and stuff. And we're going to locate those with the number of carbon. So we're going to use that same method we used to find the double bond to find the number of carbons. And then here's how we're going to name a chain. Big long chain, big long chain. And I didn't even count this, but we'll just do this. Okay, I'll do something like this. All right, now this is a shortened little version. Again, I didn't draw all my ages on there. You know what? Because I just don't feel like it. It's just ugly. This is prettier. So let's try to find the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I drew it in a straight line, right? You guys knew I was going to do that. It doesn't have to be in a straight line. I'll show you that later. Okay, and then what do we have? Oh my gosh, it has a little appendage hanging off here. I'm calling that a branch. All right? Now, this side over here is going to be carbon 1 because this is closer to that side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's closer to that side. And so that's the side that has the most action. All right. Now, so let's look at that long last name. I'm naming this backwards. So we have 8 carbons in a row, all single bonded. Last name, octane. Right? There's no double bond or anything in there. If there was a double bond, I'd have to take that in consideration, but there isn't. Okay, then off that third carbon, I have 2 carbons branched off, right? So remember 2 was eth. But we're not going to say it's ethane this time because ethane means a long chain. Instead, we're going to use this weird little YL ending, and that means it's branched off. Ethyl. It's branched off of the third carbon, right? So it's going to be called 3-ethyl octane. Simple as that. Watch that back if you didn't get it. All right. We're also eventually going to have some multiple types of branches. So if it's the same thing, say if we have, I'm going to throw some extra things on here. Let's throw a 1 carbon here. And let's throw another double CC here. Okay, so same thing. I'm just going to add right to this thing. So look what we have here. We have double right here. Double carbons, 2 carbons. That's ethyl. I'm going to write that again. So that's an ethyl. That's an ethyl. But this is only 1. I'm going to use a different color because it's something different. And it only has 1 carbon. So it's not an ethyl. It's a methyl. Meth means 1. All right. So we have, I'm going to erase my name down here. So in this case, we have 2 ethyls on the same chain. So we're not going to call that 2 ethyls on the same chain. We're not going to say 3-ethyl, 5-ethyl. We're going to say 3,5-diethyl. Okay? 2 ethyls, diethyl. And then we have on the 7th, 7-methyl octane. 3,5-diethyl 7-methyl octane. All right, so you have to watch out for that. Now, why did I put the ethyls first? Well, this is the crazy thing. They put them alphabetically. Yeah, I don't know why they chose that method. You'd think by which one came first or whatever, but no, it's alphabetically. And the reason I picked ethyl first is because E comes before M. So they're supposed to be alphabetical. I am not going to be picky on that because, you know what? I'm more worried about you being able just to see these parts and know what they are than to the nitpicky stuff. If you do take organic chemistry eventually, this is just like the nomenclature. This is just like scratching the surface. And so you'll understand and be able to transfer this data over, hopefully. All right, we're going to scooch up to the page. All right. So, I named one for us already. Okay, so I'm going to let you do this page by yourselves, but I'm gonna do, how about I do a few of them? I already have one already started, or finished, so let's look at it. My longest chain. Now the longest chain does not have to be in a straight line, right? In this case, look, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my longest chain, right? So you have to find that longest chain. And then we have to pick number 1 carbon, the one that's closest to what's happening. So looky there in the pink, we have a methyl. We have 1 carbon, that's a branch off there. And so we have 2 methyl, and then the 4 carbons is a butane. Longest chain, right? We could have drawn that the other way, but I did the simplest way. Longest chain, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, right? So the straight line in this case was the longest chain. And so what we have is we have a chain of 7. That is right in the middle, right? So if it's right in the middle, we can start numbering from either side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what do we have off of that? Oh my gosh. Look at that little guy. 2 carbons branched off. So let's try to name it. Where is it? It's on number 4. What is it? 2 carbons is an F. what's the main chain? All single bond. These are all anes. It's branching alkanes, right? So there's 7, and this is going to be heptane. All right. You don't have to wait on me, color coding. Go ahead. I'm just going to color code this up and make it look pretty. And when you look back at these notes, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I see where the names are coming from. Hey, let's count our longest chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6. It could have been either way, right? It could have been either way. It could have went up, top, or down below. It doesn't matter. It's still the longest chain. Either one works. I'm going to do the simplest one. Side with the action. Carbon number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Ooh, look what we have here. 2 carbons. Look what we have down here. 1 carbon. So we're going to have a number and then that one branch. So I'm going to use the number. In this case, my number is going to be purple. So you need a number. Where is it at? And then the name of that 2 carbon compound. A number, and then the name of that 1 carbon compound or branch, and then the main chain. Longest chain. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3. This is the closest side. 1, 2, 3. Right? If I'd have counted this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. It would have been 4 to the chain. So no, that's no good. Watch, I don't want to erase my highlighted chain. Okay. So that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Look what we have here. Look what we have. I should have stayed with the should have stayed with the same compound colors, but I didn't. Forgive me for that, but that's all right. You can adapt. That's what you do, right? All right. So again. Whoopsie. Again, let's try this one more time. Okay. Switch colors. There we go. We need the number. We need the name of that blue thing. I think that was the color. Right? It's going to end with YL. We're going to need another number. We need a name of that pink thing. And the reason I'm doing it in this order is because that's alphabetically. And that's going to end in YL also. Don't put an ane in there yet. And then we're going to put in the name of the last name, the final compound, which I have in yellow. And you might not have room for that, but you have to squeeze it down below. Okay? That's the last I'm going to color code that way. But I'll do some long chains for you. If you did get ahead of me, I hope you saw this as the long chain. And I hope you saw this as carbon number 1. And I hope you saw these as branches. Oh my goodness. And then we have whoop, 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 whoop. Well, that's a fun one. Look at that. Who says you can't have fun? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the same length. I'm going to start with number 1 here. And the only reason is because alphabetically, this is an F. And, ooh, brown. And this is a meth. So that's going to be carbon 1 there. All right. Did I number them? 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, good. I thought there was more than 10. I thought, great, I'll teach another prefix. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right. Try that out. See if it works. That's naming alkanes. All right, we're going to go one more thing, and we're going to draw them. I know what you're thinking. Mr. Arnold, this is so hard. It's not that. This is going to be easier. Oh, my gosh. Somebody went ahead and did this one. Oh, look what I did. So we have octane. Octane is going to be green line. So I had 8 carbons in a row. And then on the 4th carbon, I had an ethyl group. So that's pretty simple to draw. It'll go real quick. It'll go real easy. You don't have to have the H's on there. That just makes it harder. Okay, let me draw one here, and then I'm going to show you a faster way. All right, so let's start off with the main chain. We have nonane. Nonane means 9, right? I'm going to switch colors. How about this blue? So we have 9 carbons in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're all single bonds. On the 2nd carbon, and you know what? Why not just always start from the left when you're drawing your own? You can make them your own shape. We could make it either side, but this way's the easiest. So on the 2nd carbon, so this was number 2 right here, I have a methyl. And I'm done. Color coding for the kids who love color coats. Boop, boop, boop. Red, because that's number 2. And the main chain was brown. Right? And there you go. That's where I'm getting the names. All right, look what you got there. You're going to have 2 branches off this next one. That shouldn't be that bad for you guys. The next one's back to simple. The 12th one, it says number 12. We have 2 branches. Nothing difficult here. You should be able to handle that. Oh yeah, let me show you the faster way. Instead of drawing all the C's, I'm going to do the last one because it's longer. Instead of drawing all these C's, we're just going to draw a line that's kind of like a Charlie Brown zigzag line. All right, and so our name we have is heptane. Hept, 7, ane single bonds. So we're going to draw 1, 2. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it that way. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So by just drawing that zigzag line, everywhere that line bends is a carbon. All right, so this is carbon number 1, carbon number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got to be careful and count them sometimes because there's 6 lines between it, but there's 7 carbons because the end ones count as carbons. So you got to be careful. And then on the 2nd carbon we have a methyl, which just means 1. That was an ugly methyl. We just have a line going up, right? And there's a carbon right there. And on number 3 we have an ethyl, which an ethyl means 2 carbons, right? So you can make it any way you want to make it. There's 1. There's 2. And voila, we have the compound. Now I'm going to color code this because that's what I do, right? So here's our 3-ethyl, right? There was my 2-methyl, and then that beautiful brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And voila, you got yourself a much cooler looking compound, and it's a lot faster to draw. So keep that in mind. Hey, that's what we're going to say is the end of the week. So if you get up to this point, that's going to be week 1 homework. And then we'll go back and we have some other naming to do. You probably could go ahead and name these other papers. But that's getting past. We're only supposed to give you an hour of work a week, so we can wait till next week and do that. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off for this week and say we're going to call that a week's work. It's going to be in 3 videos instead of 2. I'm trying to keep the videos under 20 minutes, but you know what? I could talk an hour about this stuff every day if you wanted, but I don't think you really want that. All right. Well, everybody take care and be safe and practice your social distancing, and hopefully we can all be back together on the other side of this thing. And as you can hear, I get 1,000 emails all day long. You know, that's my life now. So, all right. Well, thank you very much and have a great